Doesn't that make you want to be grateful for all of it, for everything in the whole wide world? Because when we're coming from that place of gratitude, we're acknowledging everything that we're grateful for, everything. And we are actually expressing our willingness to embody the divine ideas of joy, of love, of wisdom, of sharing, of forgiveness, of thanksgiving. And through that act of deep gratitude, we begin to revitalize ourselves with that power of love. And as that power of love, we're expressing our divinity and the blessing out there in the world. Dawana Markova wrote this: I will not die an unlived life. I will not live in fear of falling or catching fire. I choose to inhabit my days to allow my living to open me, to make me less afraid, more accessible, to loosen my heart until it becomes a wing, a torch, a promise. I choose to risk my significance, to live so that which comes to me as seed goes to the next blossom, and that which comes to me as blossom goes on to fruit. How many of us live like that? Live that boldly and that out loud? And why wouldn't we, right? I love the first line, that I won't die an unlived life. And it's all about choice. It's all about how we want to behave in the world, how we want to show up in the world. Living in a state of gratitude moves outward while bringing the world's blessings inward. It's a cycle, and a beautiful one at that, by the way. Now, November is generally the time of year when most people start beginning to intentionally focus on gratitude. It's the time to celebrate with family, with friends, with those we love, and to be grateful for what we have, and to share what we have with others maybe that aren't so fortunate. Why don't we do that all year? That baffles me. It's such a beautiful place to be and to give and to share. Every day we have something to be grateful for. We have more than what we can use and we can give away. And it brings great joy to others. So even though all the countries around the world don't necessarily celebrate Thanksgiving, a day of Thanksgiving, everyone around the world has reason to give thanks. Everyone. It doesn't have to be on the fourth Thursday of November. It can be any day, every day, any time that you feel that joy, that exuberance, that gift of being alive. And it can even be in more challenging times of life. It's important to be thankful for all the blessings in our life. And we all have them. No matter what life looks like on the outside and how we're feeling, we all have blessings. And as humanity, we tend to take for granted the good that is in our lives. It's an expectation. Do we each and every morning wake up and say, there's light, there's the sun, I'm alive. I'm able to get up and move and love and share. Those are kinds of things that we take for granted every day, don't we? Gratitude is an essential tool on our journey to a higher consciousness. Absolutely is. Alan Cohen said this: appreciation is the highest form of prayer, for it acknowledges the presence of good wherever you shine that light of your thankful thoughts. And I just think that's beautiful. Every thought is a prayer. So as we make a practice of giving thanks, we step outside of ourselves and we celebrate in the beauty and the vision and the dreams of of the planet, of all of humanity. We become more of who we are. We're tapping into that I am presence that lies within each and every single one of us. And we all have the ability to give rise to a change of heart, a smile to share with a stranger or someone we know, a giving hand, a generous heart, a recognition, in other words, of that spark of divine in somebody else. And what a beautiful gift that we impart when we do that, not just for others, for ourselves as well. Don't you feel when you give or when you share, don't you feel that beautiful gift within? You feel like you've just done a miracle. And I know a lot of you, in particular, give a lot to those who are less fortunate and who need that love, that companionship, that kindness. You can't put a price on that kind of gift. Learning how to experience gratitude involves being grateful as an attitude, not as a reaction to when good things occur. We don't need to wait until things are perfect before we're grateful. If we did, how long would you wait? Right? And we all have a different idea of what perfect looks like. In fact, it's the opposite. It's the act of being grateful in and of itself that makes us more receptive to the blessings of life. And those blessings will continue and will increase as we continue to recognize them, as we continue to be grateful. It's a beautiful cycle once we step on board. Our good friend Anonymous wrote this poem that I just need to share with you, and it's called Be Thankful. Some things to think about. Be thankful that you don't already have everything you desire. If you did, what would there be to look forward to? Be thankful when you don't know something. It gives you the opportunity to learn. Be thankful for the difficult times. Those are the times you grow. Be thankful for your limitations. They give you opportunities for improvement. Be thankful for each new challenge. It will build your strength and your character. Be thankful for your mistakes. They will teach you valuable lessons. Be thankful when you're tired and weary. It means that you have made a difference. It's easy to be thankful for the good things. A life of rich fulfillment comes to those who are thankful for the setbacks. Gratitude can turn a negative into a positive. Find a way to be thankful for your troubles, and they will become your blessings. And I think if we just would hold on to those thoughts, right, then we would feel much better about all of it. Right. I agree. That face, if you could see that face, you would be doing the same thing. I just want to do it back. I'm sorry. That's what being a new grandma has done to me, okay? The act of gratitude provides gifts both to the giver and the receiver. It's never one way. And that act is fundamental in remembering who we are and how truly blessed we are. Gratitude is energy, right? You don't have to be given something new or given something different or unique to experience it and to express it. You just have to be you. You have to tap into that I am within. And gratitude carries its own cause and effect, its own centering device, if you will, its own blessing. It helps give strength and courage and substance to that I am presence within. Brother David Steinel Rice stated this: love wholeheartedly, Be surprised, give thanks and praise. Then you will discover the fullness of your life. When we give thanks to the universe and express our gratitude, it sends out an energetic signal. And that signal says, oh yeah, I get it. And all of a sudden, we find even more things to be grateful for. They're not new. We're just opening our eyes to something different. And expressing that gratitude has an absolute calming sense, a calming effect on our inner being. It reassures us of that limitless supply in the universe. And you know what else it reminds us of? In all things, give thanks. In all things. A professor at the UC Davis studied and documented various levels of gratitude and its importance to well-being. And this is not anything that we don't know. I just want to share it with you. This professor collected thoughts of philosophers, theologians, writers, and he really just wanted to illustrate the idea of the effects of gratitude. So he drew from various religions and traditions, mainly to show that it wasn't exclusive to one. So this is a wide variety of people. The gratitude study looked at moral barometers, emotions, and the effect that it has on health and happiness. Now, participants were randomly selected and put into two different groups. This group was asked for 10 weeks, every day, to write down something they were grateful for, something they felt good about. And this group, for that same period of time, were asked to write down their complaints. I would never have participated in that particular group, okay? So there's no surprise about which group had a more positive emotional state and were kinder and more apt to help others. Science had to prove what we already know. Isn't that amazing? Take that money and feed people. Anyway, sorry, it drives me nuts. We know this stuff. It's basic common sense, really. So there's a simple three-step process that we can use to review our own process of gratitude. You get to pretend, to use this, you get to pretend you're at an intersection and you're a child, just for a brief moment. You're going to stop, you're going to look, and you're going to go. So, before you go to bed, you glance back over your day and you say to yourself, did I stop and allow myself to enjoy, to love, and to be grateful? Or did I trudge on in a daze? Was I simply too preoccupied? And then once I stopped, did I look for an opportunity in that moment? Or did I allow circumstances to distract me from the gift that life was trying to give me? And that happens sometimes if that gift isn't wrapped in a pretty package, right? And finally, was I alert enough to go after it, to explore it, to avail myself fully of that opportunity offered in front of me? Another great habit to get into in that gratitude mode is before you go to bed to write down 5 things that you're really grateful for during the day, especially if it's not such a great day or you didn't feel like it was such a great day. And you might begin by writing down, well, fine, it was a nice day, the sun was out, it was shining. I have a bed to sleep in, I had a good meal. I mean, it might be simple things like that, which is great. However, as you continue that process on a daily basis, you're going to notice that your thoughts are going to expand beyond those simple things. Expand into, that was really nice that that stranger said hello to me. That was really nice that they let me have that parking spot instead of cutting me off. I mean, you know, you start noticing other things, and those things happen daily, all the time. We just a lot of times don't pay attention. All that to say is you start noticing your beingness during the day. And then you start becoming grateful for every lesson, every triumph, and every loss. And you know what that does? It builds that I am presence within you. That recognition of your I am presence. Gratitude is the most important choice we can make each and every single day. And we can find things to be grateful for everywhere we look. All the great teachers communicate the importance and the value of the law of attraction. And what you put out, you get back tenfold, right? So it only makes sense to give thanks in the morning when you wake up for the light, for your life, for the ability to get out of bed, for the strength to begin your new day. I mean, these are all really big deals when you think about it. And remember, in all things, give thanks. So this morning I have a gift for you. And I didn't ask you, but would you mind? And we'll just pass them out. And I'd like you to take one. And these are called Blessing Mix. And inside this bag are reminders for you. And please take one for Orion, would you, Tiffany? And for the kids, if you would. So inside this bag are reminders. The bugles that are shaped like the horn of plenty is a symbol of our abundance. The pretzels, like arms folded in prayer. And the candy corn, when for the Pilgrims' first winter, food was so scarce that the settlers only had a couple things of corn every single day. The sunflower seeds, a promise of a future harvest, one we'll reap only if seeds are planted and tended with diligence. The raisins, a reminder of our harvest gifts of our bountiful land. M&Ms, memories of those who came before us to guide us into this blessed future. And the Hershey's Kiss is the love of family and friends that sweetens our life. So, may this blessing mix remind you to fill your heart with gratitude. Judge nothing, accept life just as it is. And may we live a life of thanksgiving every single day, thanksgiving for the precious gift of life. And let us be thankful for all of creation, knowing it all to be divine. Thank you so much for being here while I shared this truth as I understand it.